Hello! In this video we're going to go over how to upload and send files using your using Python and Flask web servers. So thanks to Mark for helping with the code for this project. So I'm gonna go through this now. If you're looking for a more in-depth Flask tutorial, this isn't it. This is just covering the uploading and downloading of files using Flask. Not necessarily really even downloading, but essentially what we're going to do is we're going to upload files and then we're going to put them into a place on our hard drive because the Java update. It's because we're uploading our files and then the server is going to put them on our hard drive because we're running our server on the local host. So anyway, so what do we have? So we've got our main here, which will have our methods for uploading. So here we have our uploading method here, which uses post. And what it's gonna do is gonna upload the folder to our file path. Now our file path is specified in our app file here. So upload folder. This is mine. You're gonna have to change that to wherever you want your uploaded files to be. And then we configure our app here with our path, our file path there, which is used in this main method here to successfully put our files where they should be. Now, there is a limit to the size of there's a limit to the size of the file you can send, because anything above 16 megabytes messes with the program. So that's why we have our content limit here set to 16 megabytes. So yeah, and this, ignore the secret key field. Essentially what that does is we send whenever we upload our files, we send them encrypted. So our encryption key is just the string secret key. Again, we're not shooting for the tightest encryption. We're just trying to do the bare minimum to get it up and working. So allowed extensions. So this is a set containing all of the extensions that we allow. Now you can add to this, and I'll show you that when we're running the program. But these are all the file extensions it accepts. And then if we get something that is not of that file type, we will output an error message. So now to run your server, what you will need to do is you will have this statement here, if name. So this bit here essentially asks the question, are we running this directly using run, or are we referencing it as a class file? So we're going to be running it because we're running our server, and it'll say app.run and then run the server. So yeah, so we'll set debug to true. You can turn that off because we've debugged it, but anyway, your host IP. So what is going to be your host IP? To find out your IP, you go on to your terminal or command prompt and you type in ipconfig. So when you do that, you get a whole load of information, and you're looking for wireless. Well, if you're using Wi-Fi, it'll be your wireless LAN adapter Wi-Fi, and you're looking for your IPv4 address. Now if you're using Ethernet, it will be one of your come up with your Ethernet IP address, but we'll be using our Wi-Fi address. Now if you want to be able to see your website, your web server on multiple on your devices on your network, you would set this to 0.0.0.0, and that would mean that any device on your network will be able to see your server. But for this demonstration, we're just going to be using our IP. Yes, and then the port should be 5000. I mean, you can change it, but we'll keep it for 5000 for now. Yes, so that's all I really wanted to explain on this. Again, this is our upload, checking if the file is of in our accepted extensions, and then uploading it to the upload folder, or rejecting it based upon that. Now, there is one thing I wanted to show you, this document here. So whenever you're going on to your web server, this HTML page will load up called upload.html, and here's the HTML here. Now, I'm not going to go through this, but we can see that we're inputting our file here, and then there's the submit button, and yeah, that's essentially it for that, for the upload HTML. Now, remember, since it's a web server, it will need some HTML to display to the user, so that's why we have that there. It's the bare minimum, essentially. If you want to make it a little nicer looking, then feel free to edit this. Feel free to edit this upload.html. So anyway, okay, and now the Tkinter interface. So this is a very simple interface here. If we run this simple interface, let's say I'm the uploader and I want to upload a file. I will upload a file now, and I click that button. Okay. Now, oh, sorry, I've not ran the server, so it's not saying that it can't find it. So sorry. Before you even do anything like that, before you run your program, you need to run your server, because if your server is not up, then you can't use your program. Sorry, my mistake. So if we run our main, it's gonna run our server here. So let's run that now. So we'll click run and then main. There we go. So you should see running on and then your IP address. So there you go. Ignore all this text here. Now that we've got that server running, I can now run our interface here, and as you can see, I'm the uploader. So if I want to upload a file, this button here, upload file, what it'll do is it will go to the upload site. So we're using a library called web browser, which allows us to essentially open a URL on the user's preferred web browser. So for example, mine's Google Chrome, so it'll open Google Chrome with this URL. So we're going to click that. And yeah, so now the server is running. It'll have the HTML. So this is the HTML being displayed. This is the upload HTML. So you can see Python Flask file upload example. Here it is. There's the title, and then you can see that that's the HTML there. So we can input our files. So we can say we'll choose a file. Let's see. So I'm just going to choose an image. So let's say the Badger image. I'm going to hit submit. So the file has been successfully uploaded. Well, where has that file gone? Well, it's gone to our whatever you specified here in your upload folder. So my upload folder is here in web server uploads. There you go. And as you can see, here's the image here. So that works. Which is great. So that we're essentially simulating downloading it from the web server. We're not actually properly downloading it. It's just simply being downloaded. Since it's being uploaded, it needs to be stored. So it's being stored on our hard drive. So you're not technically downloading, but anyway, hopefully that's not too confusing. But then if we want to say, if we switch our user and then we say, oh, this is the downloader, so he will see that we have a Badger image there. We can switch back as well. So yes, again, it's not technically downloading, but the user can then have a look at our image that we've just uploaded. Now, yes, so let's say we wanted to run our interface again, and we're going to upload our file, and we're going to say, we're going to choose a file, and this time we're going to upload a document. Let's just upload a diary, right? And then hit submit. See, now we're getting an error. We're saying allowed file types are text, PDF, PNG, JPEG, GIF, Python. So we're not actually getting we don't have a document file type, a docx format. So we're going to change that now. So let's see. So here's our allowed extension. So if we say comma and then do docx, now we don't put the docx, we don't do .py, we just have the docx bit, no full stops. Okay, and then we're gonna edit our message here. We're gonna say and then we're just gonna say docx is another accepted file type. Now let's you can actually see this is interesting. You can see the communications between the web server and the browser here while you have debugger mode on. You can set that to false, but you can see that the posts, requests, and things with their error codes or codes as well. So that'd be useful debugging. So we're going to close the server, so we're going to need to run it again. Run our main server. So here we go, running that now. And now we're going to run our simple interface. I'm going to upload a file. So we're going to choose, so this is in Google Chrome. We've gotten our IP, my IP, and then we're running the server on port 5000. That's why the 5000's there. So we're going to choose a file. Let's just choose the same thing again. We're going to open and we'll hit submit. File successfully uploaded because now we've accommodated for the document, the docx file type. And then it's going to be stored on our computer since we're running the server on our local machine. So it's going to be in here. So we have our docx file here, and I mean I can get that open. Oh, I can get that open on my folder here. Here it is there. But yeah, that's essentially, it's a simulated download because we're storing it on, since the server's locally hosted, we're storing it on our computer anyway, so there's no point downloading it because we already have it. But in this way you could then obtain all of these files and then do something with them because they're already there. But yeah, that's just an overview of the web server stuff. Now, yeah, I mean that's an overview of the code itself. I might do a standalone video on Flask itself later down the line where I go into more depth about app roots and what the methods of post and like how you render HTML and stuff like that. But for now, we're just going to leave it there with that simple sort of upload example. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.